Happy holidays, everybody, and Tony here with my review of the Hirt auf den Felsen Liederabend with lyric coloratura soprano Hye-Young, light lyric tenor Kieran Carell, lyric baritone Philipp-Jekyll, pianist John Parr, clarinetist Markus Krusche, hornist Norbert Pförtsch-Eckels, violinist Nathan Giem, and poetess Ursula Krechel, which I saw at the Deutsche Oper Berlin. And this also included compositions by Franz Schubert and Louis Spohr. I was really excited to attend this Liederabend because I wanted to see and hear Hye-Young, Kieran Carell, and Philipp-Jekyll deliver on their chosen Lieder for tonight. So let's start off with Hye-Young, who I argue was not only the highlight of the entire evening, but also had the most to sing in this Liederabend. For those of you not in the know, you might have been very familiar with Hye-Young in a lot of the high-flying coloratura soprano roles like Fiaccrimilli from Arabella, all the way up to the Queen of the Night. And she also sang some light lyric soprano roles like Hélène from Lakmé and La Contessa di Ceprano from Rigoletto. And here she was demonstrating how finely she can sing in terms of her lyricism, as well as expressing and integrating the more lyrical side of her voice to convey these songs really well. From Franz Schubert's Zuleika 1 and Zuleika 2 to Louis Spohr's 3 out of 6 German songs such as Sei still mein Herz, Das heimliche Lied and Wach auf, and finally to Franz Schubert's Hirt auf den Felsen. Miss Moon's vocal strengths really do lie in how well she was able to manipulate that lyrical side of her voice. There was girlishness. There was also that trademark silvery tone that she has been quite well known for, given that she is a lyric coloratura soprano specializing in a lot of these high-flying roles. And she also sounded young, vibrant, and fresh with all of the songs that she managed to sing. And that youthfulness, vivacity, and vibrance managed to reflect how much clearly she has been able to sing in terms of her timbre and in terms of just how much of her strengths really did lie in using that natural lyricism to her voice and also making her voice just shimmer throughout the audience. When Hye-Young manages to tackle the more lyrical parts of her voice, it's a sufficiently girlish, lovely, and really pleasing quality to the ear. The only attribute that kind of held Hye-Young back from being a great singer for tonight was tending to sing in the mask, not always taking advantage of coordinating her head voice and chest voice, and having the lower parts of her voice kind of diminish. But those were small dents to pay for what was otherwise a really stellar performance from Hye-Young, who really knew how to make her voice bloom with that lyricism and just make it shimmer using that more lyrical side of her voice to just let her voice out. And I'm sure that if she continues to take advantage of that more lyrical side of her voice and make it grow to its advantage in the best and most natural way possible, then I can certainly hear her in roles such as Entchen from the Freischütz, Gretel from Hänsel and Gretel, Susanna from Le Nozze di Figaro, Zerlina from Don Giovanni, Ilia from Idomeneo, Ismene from Mitridate Re di Ponto, Sandrina from La Finta Giardiniera, Musetta from La Bohème, Suor Genoviefa from Suor Angelica, Gilda from Rigoletto, Marie from La Fille de Regiment, and Adina from L'Elisir d'Amore. And I dare not forget about the page boy roles such as Oscar from Un ballo in maschera and Urbain from Les Huguenots. The possibilities for Hye-Young are absolutely endless. She does have a voice that continues to surprise me with elegance, charm, likability, and sufficient girlish character that managed to reflect really well in her repertoire choice of songs, and she managed to carry the evening through exceedingly well, complete with charisma, complete with charm, and complete with total elegance. If she continues to develop her voice in the right way, and if she continues to take advantage of that more lyrical part of her voice, especially when it comes to singing in more coordinated chest tones and really taking great advantage of coordinating head voice and chest voice, then I'm pretty darn sure that Hye-Young Moon will continue to bloom, grow, and flourish in her operatic career, as well as in her lieder career. As she was in a class of her own, and she managed to be stellar in her own special way. Aside from Hye-Young Moon stealing the show for tonight, Kieran Carell pleasantly surprised me, and I definitely continue to root for him because he managed to keep on growing pound for pound as a light lyric tenor. The nasality that was once holding him back seems to be slowly dissipating, and he seems to sing a lot more clearly, especially when he has a lot more nuance to his voice and a little bit more overtones than ever before. More than anything, in his solo number, Auf dem Strom by Franz Schubert, he was able to demonstrate sensitive singing and heaps of precision that managed to show how stylish and charming he was, both as a singer as well as an overall performer. And I did like that small thread of voice that he let out for that high B. It managed to show just how much of a consummate musician Kieran Carell was, and he continues to grow from strength to strength as a light lyric tenor. Also growing from strength to strength as a lyric baritone was none other than Philipp Jekyll. It's no surprise that he has been conquering the lieder stage for a good number of years. And here he continues to show just how much his voice has blossomed, grown, and has managed to increase in dramatic size. It may not be an uber dramatic voice, but Philipp Jekyll used his strengths as a lyric baritone to make his share of songs, specifically Louis Spohr's Abendfeuer, Jagdlied, Der Spielmann und seine Geige, and Erlkönig, that he managed to just let out his voice with pure abandon, lots of nuance, a great amount of colors, tones, and an overall sensitivity and sufficient masculinity to make his voice all balanced all throughout, even though his voice may not be as deep, rich, or super round or virile, in stark comparison to his many predecessors, including Tom Krause, Alfred Pohl, Joseph Metternich, and Roy Henderson. Nevertheless, Philipp Jekyll was still able to demonstrate that his voice can be one of many tones, colors, and accents all the way through, and he has been proving himself to be a fine singer all throughout this evening. John Parr's piano playing also showed sensitivity and clear attention to detail, as well as buttressing the singer's overall performances. And I dare not forget about the stunning efforts made by Markus Grusch's beautiful clarinet playing, as he was able to take advantage of a lot of the tones that he managed to produce, as well as be sufficiently precise with everything that he's been playing. Norbert Pförtsch-Eckels' horn playing, in which he was able to also produce just as many fine tones as possible, and also made sure that he didn't overpower, let alone upstage, the singer of the evening, specifically where Kieran Carell was concerned. And Nathan Geem's violin playing also demonstrated that he can navigate between the softer passages as well as the louder passages with sufficient balance, clarity, and nuance. Overlooking the fine playing from the musicians and the fine singing from the singers, Ursula Krichel's reading as a poetess, not only from the poems that she wrote, but also classic German poets such as Clemens Brentano, also demonstrated nuance, a sort of natural flow in her voice that didn't sound hammy, but actually sounded down to earth and almost communicative to us, the audience. And it also showed a woman who made us just gather around to hear what she has to declare without any pretense, without any unnecessary airs or graces, but just a natural grace to her voice and in her body language, and how she was able to invite us, the audience, to listen to her was just absolutely amazing, and a really fun experience to hear just how much Ursula Krechel can deliver on not only the text that she's written, but also many of the classic German poets who came before her. So overall, to state that this Liederabend was a treat is a mere understatement. Tonight's Liederabend was quite an adventure, not only in terms of listening to the more familiar Schubert, but also acquainting myself with the rarely heard Louis Spohr, who I mainly knew him for his works in Faust and Yasonda. This was a fine evening for listening to the Romantic era German composers, and this was especially buttressed by equally fine performances. Hye-Young Moon's lyric coloratura soprano voice still had that silvery quality, but she backed it up by using the more lyrical aspect of her voice to have a lot more tones and shades and colors, as well as her trademark girlishness to make her voice truly shine. And even though she does have a lot more work to do in terms of coordinating head voice and chest voice, she was still a fine and delicate performer who used that naturally delicate, light lyric coloratura soprano voice to emit girlishness, innocence, and charm to everything that she sang tonight. And of course, given that she had the most to sing, she managed to deliver everything superbly well. Special acknowledgement also has to go to Kieran Carell's sensitive singing of Auf dem Strom by Schubert and Philipp Jäckel's handsomely sung rendition of Louis Spohr's Abendfeier, Jagdlied, Der Spielmann und seine Geige, and Erlkönig. And I dare not forget about John Parr's, Markus Krusches, Norbert Pförtsch-Eckels, and Nathan Giem's superb efforts as fine musicians who managed to complement the singers' overall wonderfully fine performances, as they were just as strong as they were, and also managed to buttress the entire concert performance. And I should never forget about the fine readings accomplished by Ursula Krechel, whose natural delivery and whose down-to-earth nature managed to make her thoroughly approachable. And for those of you who caught the Hirt auf den Felsen Liederabend, what'd you think of it? Did you feel that Hye-Young Moon was really the best performer of the evening, given that she managed to just sing not only the most songs tonight, but also delivered each and every one of them superbly well? Did you feel that the likes of Kieran Carell and or Philipp Jäckel stole her thunder with their additions? Did you also feel that the singing was really well done, not only from Hye-Young Moon, but also from Kieran Carell and Philipp Jäckel? Did you also enjoy the instrumentalists from John Parr all the way up to Markus Krusche? What did you also think about Ursula Krechel's readings? Did you enjoy them? Did you find that she was able to read her poems and the other great poets of the past really naturally and in a way that invited you? Or did you feel like the singing was not up to standard, or the instrumentalists were not really that great, or you just didn't find anything to like about Ursula Krechel? Please let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it for my review of the Hirt auf den Felsen Liederabend at the Deutsche Oper Berlin. Tune in tomorrow for my review of, hopefully, Gerard Ferreras' Advent concert. So until then, happy holidays, everybody!